My name is Rowdy, and I am from San Antonio. I've been here for 2 years now. I would say DJing is like one of my many art forms. Within the music industry, producing is one of those, like DJing is one of those. Helping other people throw parties, like if they have a vision in mind, I want to like be able to help people fulfill that vision. So I have like certain equipment or certain things that they may need to like fulfill that party desire. My friend Brady was a DJ in Nacogdoches when I went to go there for college. So I showed up there and basically he was just DJing for this club that I went to, and I started talking to him and he showed me how to DJ, he told me what it was all about, he took me to some of my first shows, and then after that I kind of just got like really interested in it, and I started throwing shows, and then way later down the line I started DJing. I like the feeling that I get when I DJ. It's just like euphoria, just like rolling waves of euphoria. At a show specifically, the sound systems that they have at those shows, the reason they're loud, it's not just so everyone can hear, it's so that you can like feel it. Bass literally translates into like vibration, like physical vibration. So that's a way bigger deal than just listening through headphones, you know, because it doesn't shake your whole body. So I think that's my favorite part, is like getting that whole full body experience. I want to try and like free my own mind, and then like as a priority, and then I hope that through that process that I can also like free other people's minds, even if it's not like freeing their minds, just giving them like a sense of peace for a moment, like during the music, you know what I mean? I think that music just has this property that when you listen to it and when you feel it specifically, it's just like all of the things that you're worried about all the time. If you like hold on to those things, they can be kind of destructive. So letting go of them through music is like a way of like freeing your mind from those like worries. I like how accepting and non-judgmental everyone is. Whatever you're doing, like if you're dancing like an idiot or you're wearing something really weird, like no one really gives you a second look. It's just normal. Everything, whatever it is, it's just normal. You know, when people do that. I think the worst part about it in the very beginning is like overspending and overpaying because you don't know what everything costs. If you can like seem like you know what you're doing, people won't try and take advantage of you in that aspect. My first like 2 years of business were me kind of like being overly eager to collaborate with people and then getting like kind of taken advantage of. It's a lot harder to want to work with people when you keep getting stepped on, you know, but you just have to collaborate with the right people. So just like trial and error, and then once you have a good experience with someone, collaborate with them again. So I try and like follow up with the right people.
How do you usually like to prepare for a show?
This sounds kind of backwards, but like maybe like one beer and also meditating. Some worldly stuff and some spiritual stuff. Meditation kind of helps you like lower your heart rate and your frequency as a whole, and the more like liquid and calm you can be in anything you do, the better that is. Even physically, like when you're more limber in doing something physical, anything can be anything. It's like more effective. It just helps me be calm and take every moment for like what it is and not get too worried about what just happened or what is about to happen. Just kind of like worrying about what's happening, because this is the most important, you know, like nothing else even really exists. Like if you need to be resting more or if you need to be getting after it harder, you know, you can always reflect on that day by day so that you can kind of average yourself out in all those areas, so you're not causing yourself the extra stress of kind of swinging back and forth. I feel like if you can feel good about yourself at the end of every day, there won't be anything getting in the way. Anything you're trying to do, it will be harder to do if you have more on your mind and like weighing on you. This is just a funny example, but I woke up the other morning and I was like really angry, and I made potato and egg, like tacos, which is such an easy thing to make, but I just over-seasoned it so much just because I was like angry. Like, you know, I didn't even realize I was doing it, but I tasted it and I was like, this isn't even good, you know, but it was straight up just because I was angry, I think. It's like I cook that like 5 times a week almost, and it's always delicious, but just happened to be in a bad mood and it translated straight into the food.
If you were in a zombie apocalypse and you could only bring 3 items, what are the 3 items that you would bring with you?
I want to have some really good reading material. I don't read a lot in general, so I feel like that's why I would want the book. Is like, well, I never really read, so I've got, I guess maybe whatever would be the longest thing that I could possibly take to read, like the biggest, the Bible. Just something that would take me forever to read, you know. A dog, so that I have a companion with me, and once he's there, he can survive. Like, you know, I think he'll be all right. Gotta keep finding that water. I think we'll be all right. And a knife. Because with a knife, I can make other sharp objects. It's hard to make sharp objects without something else sharp, you know. The funny part is the DJing is the easy part. Like, that's so simple once you get it down. But for me personally, working with technology has always been pretty hard. I was like, man, I really want to be a DJ and a producer. And then I was like, but I have to go through all this technology to like get there.
What can we as an audience do to better support you as an artist?
Nowadays, everything is just like likes and shares and comments. And the easiest way it seems like for people nowadays to get from the bottom to the top, so to speak, is sharing. Like if you support someone, like follow them on all their social medias and then share their content and comment on their content, because it just helps it reach more people, like straight up. That's just the best way. Rowdy Banner on Facebook, Beyond Entertainment LLC on Facebook, RowdyBoy_057 on Twitter, Get Rowdy57 on Instagram, and Beyond Entertainment LLC on Instagram as well.
Do you have any final pieces of advice?
Just don't be afraid to ask people questions. People are so afraid to like go up to someone and start talking to them and just ask about it. But like if you're trying to be a DJ in a specific area, go to the show, start asking people like, yo, who threw this show? And then one person there, I guarantee you, will just be like, oh, it's that guy right there. And he'll point you in the right direction. And you'll be like, hey, man, my name's blah, blah, blah. Like, what can I do to start getting more shows? And he'll be like, well, I don't know, but add me on social media. And then at least you see his posts. So, like, that's how you get in. You know, you just got to, like, make those connections. And it's, like, really not that hard, but people honestly make it out to be a lot harder than it is. Just go out and start talking to people. That's all you have to do. I see our music festival kind of like taking off, worrying less about like local shows and just focusing on that festival. I don't know, I see us being a company that throws this festival once a year pretty much.
Do you have any particular end goal?
No.